Minecraft version 1.13. Yeah, I got panda update, that's why there's all pandas and cats. I'm Ari-imaginator.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ari-imaginator and Friends. And today marks the end of this whole world and all the things that we've been through, because this marks the final episode of the entire series. That's why we've returned to season 1, where it all began. 4 years ago, a little kid with a dream, in a little place that is stored deep in my heart. Our imaginations. And let me take you on the ride of your life. The season 1 tour. Let's begin. Season 1 was the start of everything. Originally, I just made it as a world for me to play in, and then more and more of my friends joined, and it became an excellent series. Here we are at our first stop for the minecart. McDonald's. May not seem that relevant, but this was one of the oldest builds on the game, dating back to the first few episodes. It may not have much, but it still deserves a place on this ride. Moving on. Shortly ahead of it, we have the next stop, the hotel. Made around the time I fought the Wither with Jeff. The hotel is a brilliant place for newcomers to stay. And behind the hotel is whatever this thing is, where I crafted Stormbreaker to fight Thanos in the end of the Endgame series. If we carry along, we can find another thing from Endgame. That being Wakanda, where me and my mum protected Black Panther and Vision from all the Outrider hordes. Here's even a little gun where we defended Wakanda, and where the Outriders invaded, where they placed explosives inside the wall to break in and try steal the Mind Stone from Vision. But luckily we got the Mind Stone on time. Let's continue with our journey on the railway. As we go along, the world flashes past us, but a much bigger and well-built world, if it wasn't for everyone else. Oh, we've gone backwards. Whoops. Well, let's just continue. So here we have one of the greatest builds in the whole game. Redstone Island and Harrison's underwater base. Redstone Island isn't known for its beauty, because it was just made when I was trying to find some buried treasure inside an island and decided to blow it all up. Now is the home of Logan and remains quite an ugly place. But right beside it is Harrison's underwater base, one of the most iconic places in season 1, where me, Anthony and Harrison all worked together to drain out the base and build it, making one of the greatest and most iconic bases in the whole world. So many memories were held here. Let's continue with our journey along back the railway tracks. Here we have another subtle place, but a place that held quite a lot of story. The demise of the brown panda, where I accidentally killed a brown panda and its ghost resurrected and haunted me until I blew it up Yeah, seems quite a cool story. Let's continue onwards past the pandas. And then we get to one of the most important places in season 1. Where a certain friend lives. This is Casimiro's lab. Let's have a little look. Casimiro was one of the best things to happen because of his pure saviour. Wait, where is he gone? He was a pure saviour during the endgame, while everyone else in the game was killed by the snap. Casimiro was one of the only survivors. Let's see him. Here he is. Hello. Casimiro helped me find the Power Stone and helped me throughout the whole of Endgame to eventually escape here. Although we didn't defeat Thanos, at least we came out alive. Thank you, Casimiro. So let's continue and say goodbye to the little lab, which held so many great memories. Down the path, we've entered our imaginations, where there was a small little zoo, but most of it's been destroyed now. If we continue along here, we get to Wembley, one of the first builds, even older than the training facility. It may be pretty small, but I still love it, and I was so happy when it was finally finished. I wish there was a football in this game, because this would be a brilliant place to have fun. And here is another iconic place, the Genius Pig's house. Well, the Genius Pig is no longer with us. Sorry, but oh yeah, he was put in prison, I remember now. Or is this him? No, this isn't the Genius Pig. That is a fraud. Well, the Genius Pig, not Guinness, but the Genius Pig was quite a smart pig, I have to say. Escaping from his pen and going on the loose until Harrison put him in prison one day. Let's continue. Let's go back onto the railway. Here's our imaginations. The place of your dreams. The theme park where everything happened. This is one of the first builds in the game, and it was a direct copy of my OG skin onto two big towers. This AI, our imaginations. Let's continue. Now, we reach a familiar place. This is my mansion. One of the best places in the world. Partially because I lived there, but you know, this was the first house built on the game, and it's really famous. A little secret room here. My favourite room, obviously my room. And then we have the little place where you go down into the garden patio with all the flowers, the tiny little swimming pool, and the fountain which was here, and it's gone now. We continue along and got a beautiful little cake and kitchen and a little dining room up here. We continue through the house, and then there's something off. A big explosion and a big hole in the house. This was where the Avengers died. The Avengers had all meeting up here for the final episode of Endgame until Thanos' ship, that big thing there, sent a big explosion down and destroyed my house. Half of it. Let's continue on. There's a little enchanting room where Anthony, the first player to ever grace the server except me, was found. That was his shulker box. Let's leave my house now, because I think we've had enough. And now, not my house, but a certain friend, Jeff's house. And rest in peace to all the dogs who have eventually died and passed on their great lives. this was the doghouse where all the dogs live, and the most memorable was Jeffy Jeff. Let's go to my inventory. There we go. Jeffy Jeff went on many adventures, but he eventually died while he was fighting the Wither. Not very smart of me to bring my favourite dog along to the most dangerous fight in the game. He was eventually killed a second time, a second time, by Thanos' snap, and then was never seen.
Anthony, aka Super AK.
That was the end of Jeffy. Now let's continue on with our ride. We kind of stopped. My neighbour here is in fact my mum. Although she didn't play a very big part in the game, she helped us defeat Thanos by protecting Wakanda. So she does deserve
one day
on our tour. Let us continue. Over here we've got a little GT KFC, one of the OG builds, with even a slaughterhouse behind it. And this is one of the greatest. The lighthouse was one of the first things built in Ari-imaginator's world. It's one of the tallest monuments and holds great memories. I can't even remember when I built this. One of the first builds, maybe in the second episode. And it houses so much things. That was sarcasm, because it's basically hollow and empty on the inside, apart from all the lights if you eventually go up. Yep, see? You can turn them on and off, but they've been on for the entirety of this series. But it was one of the OG builds. Looks like our minecart's a bit slow, so let's go on here and continue our ride through the desert. There's a big bridge that was in the zoo. I couldn't really show you much of the zoo because I couldn't connect the railways yet. Now here is a very important place, Prison Village, where many notable things happened. This is a stronghold down here. If you come down here, just fall down. This is a stronghold, and this is where Thanos escaped from. So, in the second episode of Endgame, I had managed to track Thanos inside, what was it, I think the Desert Temple, and I managed to take him on the minecart track which we were on, all the way down into the prison and capture him in a cell. But because he's Thanos, the cell's kind of been obliterated, and he managed to escape just to blow up my house. And we also got a couple cells here, housing some bad boys. But no one's ever needed to be there except the genius pig, because he escaped, and you're not allowed to escape. Here's the prison village. This is actually Thanos' cell when I first got him in, but then I moved him down to the underground to make it even safer that he didn't escape. Let's continue. Unless it's going to stop us here. No? Yeah, it's just stop us. Let's continue because we just went to prison village. If you can ignore that, because that's not really that memorable. That happened. But this place certainly is. First ever place on this server. The place where everything began. This place was the first thing I built, and it was like a facility for me to train, along with a little friend Phil, who is no longer with us because he passed away during the Thanos snap. Here is the inside of the underground facility. We've got Ari-imaginator's teammate. Oh yeah, he is still here. Oh yeah, I've defeated Thanos, I got snapped back. Hello Phil. Helpfully stuff, nothing's in here. Training facility is there. We've got a little vault here housing some goods, like some diamonds and a totem of undying. And then the next room is really important. The time machine. And this time machine helped us get to so many places and visit so many worlds of pure glory and wonderful sceneries. We even visited Jurassic Park using this thing. And this is where I think the blue stone was in Endgame. Locked up now, but it wasn't locked up when Thanos came here and wrecked the place. So yeah, let's say one last goodbye. Goodbye Phil. Goodbye. And let's go back up this ladders and return to the office chair where it all began. Welcome to Ari-imaginator and Friends training facility, plus the safest bank. And I hope you have a brilliant day. Thank you for being here throughout the whole journey. And yeah, this will be the last goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Ari-imaginator and Friends. And I hope to see you very